Demon mother think her and her son are above the rules and ends up ruining other kids' fun. So I work in a store which sells bath bombs along with a lot of other things. We often demonstrate the bath bombs in our sinks, especially for kids, and they always love it. The rule is that it's one bath bomb demo per customer/group of customers. We only have 2 sinks, and on this particular day we just done a demonstration in one of them. There were a bunch of little kids crowded around and watching it fizz and change colors, light and dark pink. A little boy of about 6/7 and his mum enter the store. Immediately this kid rushes over to look at the bath bomb and announces very loudly that he hates pink and that the bath bomb is bad. I try to be nice and pull out our little basket with wasted off bath bombs. Usually we use chipped or damaged ones that we couldn't sell anyway. I tell him to choose a color that he'd like better, but then the mum criticizes me for trying to sell her son damaged goods. I explain that this is just for a demo and a chip out of the bath bomb isn't going to affect the way it looks in the water, but the mum isn't having any of it. It's not worth fighting over. We have a budget for it in case people want to see a specific bath bomb that hasn't been wasted off, so I tell him to choose a pristine one from the shelf. I also tell him to pick carefully because he only gets one. He chooses a bath bomb which smells nice but just turns a soft white in the water, so I suggest that maybe he choose a more colorful and fun one and explain that this one isn't very impressive. He glares at me and shrieks no. Very loudly. I kind of flustered. The other kids near the sink were all staring and a lot of the adults in the store had turned around, so I just let him put it in the free sink without trying to persuade him out of it. As expected, the water just goes white and the kid is not happy. He starts yelling that it's boring and his mother demands he be allowed to put another one in. I explain that we only have 2 sinks and now they're both full. Also I tell her that each kid is only allowed one so that the most people possible gets a chance to see them. She ignores me and tells her son to go get another one off the shelf. I tell her again that I'm sorry but he won't be allowed to put another one in. She tells me that I'm being stingy, and at this point the boy is running up and down the rows of bath bombs trying to choose one. One of my supervisors comes over and repeats exactly what I've told her, and the mum says that it's my fault for not telling her son that the white one wouldn't be suitable, despite me telling him exactly that a minute earlier. At this point the kid comes running back with a blue bath bomb and my supervisor tells him sternly that he can't put it in the sink. The now clearly demonic mother accuses my supervisor of taking a tone with my son and demands that she sees the manager. Normally we have pretty reasonable people in our store, and a request and behavior like this is very rare, so my supervisor just awkwardly walks away to get our manager from the office. The mum gives me the most poisonous look I've ever gotten from a customer, turns to her son and tells him to put it in the sink. I instantly tell him that he's not allowed, but this kid just yeets the bath bomb into the already used sink before I can stop him. Bath bombs are meant to be placed in the bath gently, so when he hurls it, water goes absolutely everywhere, including over the other children standing at the sink next to it. Understandably they all start screaming for their parents, and so I begin grabbing paper towel to help them get the water off their faces and clothes. I'm furious with the mother, but I can't pay attention to her as I, along with their shocked parents, are trying to console the other kids, and as we're drying them off I hear the absolute demon lady say, "Oh well, that's not very impressive either, is it? I've never wanted to physically fight a customer before, but wow, I got close then." The entire debacle ended up with my manager getting into an argument with the mother over making her pay for the second bath bomb. My manager eventually won by telling her that if she didn't pay, the shopping center security would have to be called. The parents of the kids who were splashed were very understanding and non-demonic. Sorry for the long read. Maybe this doesn't seem too hellish compared to other stories on this page, like no one was screaming at each other at any point, but it was just such a bizarre and arrogant encounter I had to get it off my chest. Wow, that kid is going to have some serious issues when he is older. I'd be tempted to say he already has. Anecdotal, but an example of this: my cousin was the spoiled only child that would scream if she didn't get her way, didn't listen to others. Mother encouraged this. Years later, she demanded to go to a very famous university abroad. OFC, her mother said yes, even though cousin had nothing specific she wanted to study, and just wanted to study there because it's where her favorite movie was filmed. So she gets a degree in something random, but has no professional interest, so she spent the next few years after graduating working bartending jobs until she got deported. The terms of her visa included working in the professional field. So now her mother is paying for an apartment and her countless vacations, and wondering where on earth she went wrong. Case in point, don't give your kids everything they want. I'm sorry, but I laughed really loud at the kid eating the bath bomb. It's called a bath bomb. It's clearly supposed to explode. I don't know what yeet is, but onomatopoetically, sounds right. Hooray to your manager for backing you up. My manager is an absolute delight, and it's honestly the best work environment I've ever been in, despite the demon mum. That's what I was thinking. I love that your manager made the bitch pay for the bath bomb as well, instead of just saying, "Mom, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." Wow, kid sounds like Dudley Dursley. It's boring. Sounded like Willy Wonka and the Bath and Body Works to me. Next time the kid comes in and he'll try to do 3 or more, and when you say he only gets 1. Only 1? But last time I got to do 2.